Alright, welcome to Reddit, the place where billionaires come to become millionaires. Alrighty, this guy's wondering if he was the jerk. Penguin Senpai God. I am OS of 13 and I played in a lobby ranging from OS of 10 to 50. First mistake, these lobbies are barely ever fair. A high OS guy, somewhat popular in the community, plays North Sea. Neither Geo nor Eco gives him a T2, but he also never asks for it. I play pawn and struggle against front. At about 20 minutes, I see that his Eco is non-existent and he's getting crushed. I give him some of the Eco to help him out, but it's too late and we end up losing. After the game, I tell him that I tried to help him. Once I saw it, he starts to blame me for not giving him a T2, and I tell him he could have asked for it, and he didn't write anything in chat for the past 15 minutes. He starts flaming. Where are we at? Why did I lose this? He starts blaming for not giving T2. He starts blaming me for being blind and that I need to use my brain, and that it's necessary for him to write it in chat because it's obvious it's not necessary. Hey, do you stream every day? Almost every day. I stream almost every day, same time. As on occasion, I will say, yo, I'm taking breaks or whatever, and I'll make mention of that in Discord if I'm going to do like a significant break or anything. Says I'm annoying and now on his dodge list. One or two of the high OS players agree that I am bad and need to use my eyes more. The fact that Geo and Eco were sleeping and that I tried to help was ignored. I'm sorry. Give me a T2 in chat. So was I the jerk? That's called playing with high level OS. Commanders do have to take breaks, indeed. No doubt. No doubt. You need a break to stay fresh. So, what do you guys think? Was he a jerk? Was what he did wrong? We'll do a little... Oops, not that. No, stop it. Get back. I think honestly, that's just part of being in high level lobbies. You're gonna run into people who are rude. The high OS players definitely, I mean, this is something we come across all the time where people complain about someone being rude. No, he's low OS. You don't berate a toddler for mistakes, you teach them. Exactly. That's the point. And it, like, a lot of the high level players, unfortunately, not all of them, I don't want to say all of them, but the ones who act like this, they're acting like children themselves. And it's because they have a very... They have so much of their life built around the game that they can't come out of that and be respectful to other people because they're so focused on the game. And it's too far at that point. I think playing with low OS teammates, then expecting normal support from a team is a misplay. Yeah, I mean, if I have no support because my team is lower OS, I'm not going to complain about it because it's obvious they're lower OS, right? It's pretty obvious. Okay, then we have this. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Beyond All Reason is now officially on YouTube as a category in gaming. This should help a ton with new players finding new, fresh content on YouTube. I'm hopeful that new players will continue to be introduced to the game through YouTube search more frequently now. If anyone has specific on how this will affect the future, comment below. Boom. Topic. So if you guys haven't already, subscribe to the Beyond All Reason topic. That's huge. Metal storage, floating metal. Let's see, this is the longer one. Everyone I have seen play, and I've watched a lot of Brightworks, Strongo, and LDM. Who's LDM? Does anyone know who LDM is? I don't want to search that up. Oh, Lost Dead Man. Oh, pff, duh. Okay, yeah. And they hate floating excess metal to the team. On the one hand, I get Lost Dead. Yeah, everyone's saying it. On the one hand, I get that metal you could use for yourself to build your economy or units or whatever, but then they build sometimes 2 or 3 metal storages to store all the metal they can't use right now. And yeah, it eventually gets used, but my thinking is I can't use it right now. That's thousands of metal that could be going to my team who can use it right now to upgrade mexes, build T2, build fusions, etc. In my view, it's essentially net loss to your team to store thousands of metal. I also understand that perhaps not everyone in the team is as competent as you. Then specifically share your excess with someone you trust to handle it well. And sometimes you need to save up a big for big builds and have like a buffer when you reclaim large things. I think that's totally fine because often you're ready to use that metal almost immediately. What are everyone's thoughts on this? Always send metal to Duffy or your teammates and never overflow. You are the most positive streamer. Keep it up. Oh, thank you, Boilermaker. I try to be positive. I think this is a good question. What do you guys think? Metal storage, should you store your metal or float it away to your teammate? I have my opinion on this, but we'll see what you guys think on that. I find it to be an interesting question, because you have to also remember metal storage. Let's see. Beyond all reason. I think it's obviously situational. Floating M is bad. Floating M. So you're saying share it to Duffy instead. Every time. Share it to Duffy. So it costs 300 metal to create a metal storage. There is cost to that, for sure. Sometimes you gotta save up for a build, and sometimes the team needs support. You need no control over floating metals, so it's better to use it yourself. Duffy, just give it to Duffy. So I'm curious, is there a difference in cost between the factions? Oh, a little bit. So Cortex is a little bit more expensive, but it's not significant. So there's a little bit of cost to it. You can always reclaim it if you don't end up needing it. I'm a fan of metal storage, to be honest. I will use your M, send it to me. Don't send it to Duffy. Duffy trolls. Duffy doesn't make fighters. Anyway, yeah, I'd say I definitely would prefer to store it most times, because I think as you increase in OS and you become at the top of the food chain, you're going to want to store your metal more frequently. And maybe as you're at the bottom of the food chain, lower half, you can be a little bit less greedy in that way, just because you don't know how a 0 OS player is going to use that metal, right? If everyone played with the red slider all the way down, team play would be better. Maybe. But you might have, what if you have someone on your team who's spamming T1 solar and they're only building T1 solar? Do you want to share your metal in that T1 solar farm? Full communism all the way? I don't know. 150 metal for only 20 energy? That's pretty expensive to go communism on. I always try to target getting to most proficient players, or the ones that need the most, eat the solars with the red spots.
Hey, I'm back. My opinion, man.
Yeah.
Always send a Duffy, if not your tier player or your eco player, because they can use it. They have the build power to use it.
I would send you metal in the form of pawns. And
moving your slider all the way down doesn't work in AV8 because you're not going to get everyone to do it.
Yeah, you're just going to end up nerfing your own side.
Yeah, it's better to do that in like 3v3s where you're all in VC and all that.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think that you do see communism a lot more when it comes to higher level players. They'll turn their sliders down to try to give people buffers, but when it comes to AV8's, not very practical. All right, let's see. We got another one here. Oh, we don't need to do the video. I created a meme. Oh, here we go. We'll check out the meme. 500 units. It's the Cortex factory spamming out. Omega series has full communism. I think a high play it is the best way. Yeah, for sure, because you can work together as a team more, and you know what your teammates are gonna do. Lol, the meme is because they're replicating 500 cigarettes. I'm surprised they chose thugs. They should have done grunts instead. In that episode? Okay, got you. What is this from? What is this movie? I don't know if I've seen this. It's obviously alien in some way. Okay, Res versus Reclaim. It's Star Trek? Wait, really? Star Trek. Okay, I must not have seen it. I'm actually watching through all of Star Trek right now, so. No, it's not Star Trek? Oh, Shadow! Thank you for the raid. It's Orville. What's Orville? Orville. Heck, not this. It's a spoof of Star Trek. Orville. We can watch a trailer, right? Like, it's not illegal to watch a trailer.
My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look upon my works and despair. Only there's nothing left beside it, except empty desert.
Okay, if this is trying to go off of Star Trek, yeah, it looks USS Orville. It looks like it is trying to go off of Star Trek. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. All of the new Star Trek stuff I've ever seen has been completely trash. I've watched like a couple of them, and it's like I think it's Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Intrep. I don't remember the other one, but those all are just trash. All the brand new ones that they're trying to like fill gaps in. It's like, they mess with the Klingons and make them look weird, and they're just doing all sorts of wonky stuff. Brave New World was okay. I haven't had a chance to watch that yet. Or season 3. I haven't watched very many of the Picard's anything yet. I'm very far behind. So I'm trying to watch it chronologically. Let's pull up chronologically really quick. Star Trek chronological order. Okay, so chronological order. They always have millions of ads here, don't they? Star Trek Enterprise. That one was actually pretty good. I was impressed actually with this. I hated it at first, but later on I was like, okay, I got, kind of into the characters a little bit more. I thought it was pretty good. And then Star Trek Discovery, this one I didn't finish watching because I hated it so much. T'Pol, exactly. And I couldn't stand this one. They messed with too much stuff. I didn't like it at all. And then Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I did watch this one. This one was corny as all get out. Wait, is an STD. What? Star Trek Discovery is STD. Oh my goodness. Discovery had a proper acronym. Yeah. The Strange New Worlds was kind of corny. Very corny. No. This was they don't show the photo for it. Let me see. Let's pull up the photo for it. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I only watched the first season of Strange New Worlds. The characters, I didn't love the characters in it. They didn't grow on me very well. I don't know why. Or were you acting for Archer? Wait, were you aching for Archer? No judgment? What? No. What are you talking about? Are you saying liked him? No, I did not. I never had any feelings. I didn't have any feelings for anyone in any of these. But okay, Archer the cartoon? I've never heard of the cartoon. No. I think we were talking about the very first. This is supposed to be the very first in the chronological order. Is just Star Trek: The Enterprise. This is actually a pretty good one, pretty good series. I thought it was pretty well done. You have to kind of get into it though, because it starts out pretty rough, and then it ends up being pretty good. You have to let the characters develop before giving judgment on it, in my opinion. Original series, OG of Star Trek right here. My favorite one is when Spock goes to get the feelings from the rock. That's hilarious. And let's see. I didn't watch the animated series because I'm like, this is just a cartoon. I watched a motion picture. This one was really bad, but kind of entertaining. It was just kind of stupid. I was disappointed with this one for sure. And then The Wrath of Khan, that's a classic. I think everyone loves The Wrath of Khan. I don't imagine there's anyone who hates it. Search for Spock was okay. It was a little weird, but it was okay. I didn't hate it. Archer the cartoon, the first series is comedy gold. Oh, maybe I'll have to take a look at that again. Go kiss my wife. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll go do that later. I'm in the middle of something, Duffy. Voyager Home. This one was corny. This one was just super corny. Cause wait, isn't this the one where they saved the whale? Oh no, yeah. This is the one where they saved the whale, I'm pretty sure. And then Final Frontier was all right, I believe. But they tried doing comedy in the Final Frontier one that was a little bit rough. You owe 2 kisses to your wife, whales OP. Whales OP. Yeah, the whale one is just a little bit corny, you know, like this giant vessel comes in to like check to see if there's any whales, and if the whales don't respond, then it kills everything. It's like a little bit strange, kind of funny. Undiscovered Country. Did I watch this? Oh yeah, I watched this. This was good. This one was alright. And then the Next Generation. I've already watched all of the Next Generation, but I'm watching it one more time. It's pretty good. Next Generation was fantastic when I watched it through. Amazing. A lot of good stuff in there. And then I have not watched Generations. From here down, I haven't watched any Star Trek. So this is all to be discovered for me. The Next Generation is GOAT. Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. Okay, let's go back to the Orville thing. And this is why I'm saying how does Orville compare to some of the older Star Treks? Because it seems like most of the Star Treks that they put out are kind of mediocre, you know? But lately, this looks like a newer one, and
it is good to
so
be
I'm
back.
skeptical.
I really wish they'd let us play music up here.
Why?
Because we'd already be on our feet, ready for action.
We have considered your request for passage through our territory, and we will not stop you. But do not expect us to save you.
Kalon ship pursuing.
Exploration always carries risk. I say we risk it.
See, that's the one thing that I find interesting is like with the older ones, like this one, they made all the graphics look so crazy good, but then it look like technologically it doesn't make sense because they have like all this advanced technology and stuff, like the ability to warp through the universe with like spores or something. And that's crazy technology, right? How did they lose this insane technology? The acting and writing is trash, and they spent millions of dollars on the graphics, right? Yeah, I was like, dude, this is so unproportionate to the technological chain. That's one thing I appreciate about the Star Trek Enterprise one, is they actually followed the pattern of technological chain, and it made a lot of sense. It's because they went to the future and didn't leave a note. I didn't finish it, so I don't know what the end storyline here was, because I just couldn't stand it. Oh man. So hopefully this is better. I don't know. I'll have to keep this in mind. I don't know if this is where this would end up falling in line with the timeline, but I appreciate the punch effects we got from the newer Star Trek movies, but that's about it. The punch effects. I never even noticed.
This is a good day.
It is a good day.
Like, the graphics
You
are
do
amazing.
know where you're going, right?
Nope.
Oh boy.
Let's go make some history.
I didn't prepare anything.
Just speak from your heart.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to take a look at that later. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to Beyond All Reason. That's where we're supposed to be. Orville is well worth the watch. It has nothing to do with Star Trek universe. It's its own standalone story. Okay. Are you playing other games, or did I miss the playtime? No, we're gonna be doing some games still. Orville is corny and aware, and it mostly works. Okay. I'll take a look at it. I'll keep a skeptical but understanding eye on it. Res versus Reclaim. Anyone know how many res bots you need to res a Thor, Mastodon, or similar unit faster? Then you can reclaim it and build a new one. This was kind of a confusing question to me, because he's asking how many res bots do you need to build it faster than you can reclaim it, and that proportionally will go up as you end up doing or as you add res bots. The amount of reclaim you get from it and how quickly you can eat it will go up. So it didn't quite make sense how he was wording it. I find that even with the ball of 20-30 res bots, it still takes too long to res a big unit. I know if I do it successfully res, I have a Mastodon or a Thor or even a Juggernaut right on the front line, which is always useful. And if I reclaim it, it still needs to be built and walk up to the front, but the metal also goes into the next fusion I'm building, or goes into tick spam for the front line, or both, which is immediately useful. I don't even bother resing a Marauder or anything less. I find they aren't tough enough, they won't last. I know the res balls need to be compared to something, say 2 to 4 Aphis in economy with 3 to 4 blocks of nanos. Res, if you can, you have a slow unit on the front. You would take an age to get him back up there. No contest. Yeah, I'll be on soon, Scruffy. Okay, I'm just finishing. This is our last topic for Reddit. Yeah, I think resing late game is kind of more what he's asking about. And I would say late game you want to res if you hold back a T3 push. If you're able to push it back and hold it, then you would want to res. Just because that it's in your area, it's the most efficient use of metal at that point. And so trying to just here's the issue. In 8v8s, especially on small maps, if you hold back a push as a team, a lot of the team is going to go to reclaim that metal. And if everyone's reclaiming the metal while you're trying to res the metal, that means you take a net negative, because you don't get as much of the metal that's there, because your team reclaims everything around you while you spend more time trying to resurrect a single unit. So that's where it's a bit of a tough thing, because you don't boost your economy as much as the rest of your team, and then you start to get outscaled. And it's kind of it's a tough thing. If the whole team worked together to do resing, I think it would be even better, but that's harder to coordinate, right? So anyway, let's hop into some more Beyond All Reason. Hope that little sidetrack was fun. Let's see. Scruffy, where you at, bro? You're free in 30 minutes? Okay, 30 minutes. So that'll probably be another game before Scruffy is on. lead us down the rabbit hole, Jaws. Yeah, we took the full journey. We went all the way to the deepest, darkest dungeons of the rabbit cave. So I led you as far as I could, and if you want to go further, you're on your own from here. But it looks like we are gonna be a little bit chill on the gameplay here, waiting for this lobby to fill. It is getting the weekend, so people are gonna be chilling, getting ready to go take their vacations and, you know, relaxing. I'm gonna need to tie off some rope if I spelunk any further. Yeah, you gotta leave a little bit of a trail. Make sure you have a candle with you so you can see, follow your breadcrumb trail all the way out so you don't get lost too far. Tell someone in Arcus to give you a slot. I don't know what that means. Where's Arcus? Or oh, the Arcus lobby. No, I'm not gonna try to boot someone out of there. I'm not gonna boot people out of there. Like, the thing is, if you head over here, watch, there's a million people in queue. I'm not trying to boot my way in there. That's ridiculous. Tell them streamer priority. No, I'm not doing it. I just can't bring myself to do stuff like that. Glitters a rack is the planet in Dune. Oh, that's another thing I was looking into, is the history of RTS. Since we're waiting, let's look this up here. Boom. The history of RTS. Let's dive into the wiki, boys. So, origins, they say it comes from United Kingdom, Japan. I didn't check out the wiki page, to be honest, but I was looking at the very first titles. They said Dune 2 was one of the first titles. That was a RTS. The funny thing is, I've never played Dune 2. Dune. Let's go up to the first section here. So it was coined by Brett to market Dune 2. So he's actually the one who coined the name. Dune 2 was the first real-time strategy, like the very first real-time strategy. Like out of every single game. When was it made? It was made 1992 is when it released. What about Lords of the Realm 2? Well, I guess that is a mix of... Oh yeah, it's 96. Interesting. There were other strats, but Dune was the first not turn-based. Interesting. Okay, I've never played Dune 2. I've never really heard of it before. Dune 2. Images. Oh, this is a movie. I should say the game. Okay, let's see. Dude, this looks this looks crazy. Oh, that's what's up. I like the little blocky bits, how it's perfectly square foundation. That's awesome. Great strat game, but it's turn-based. Mech Warrior, for example, still hate them.